Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Are you curious about what to eat at Olive Garden besides pasta? I know, right? You saw this giant bag behind me and you're like, well, isn't that all there is to eat at Olive Garden? Well, you might be curious what there is to eat besides pasta at Olive Garden. And especially you might be wondering, what are some of the keto-friendly options? What's low carb? What's healthy? You know, do I have any tips and tricks and little sneaky things to share with you? Because I certainly do. So if you're excited about this, you like Olive Garden, you like this conversation about Italian food and keto, healthiness, and eating out, so please give it a thumbs up. That way I know everybody's excited. And if you like this topic, we can do more restaurants like this. And I can just travel the international circuit of food and give you all my shares and tips and examples. So today I'm going to share with you some low-carb, keto-friendly options. And I'm going to teach you a free recipe. That was the button I meant to hit. I wanted a little excitement. And you're going to finish today's episode knowing what to eat at Olive Garden. Okay, what to eat at Olive Garden besides pasta. So I want to give you some other options. And I'm even going to show you and share with you how to make some copycat recipes that you can do at home in case you don't want to go out. Because Olive Garden's a little pricey. I only get my gift cards and then I go there. But other than that, I'm like, it's a little expensive for me. So if you're ready and you're going to stick with me today, I'm going to go through 5 points. So keep track. So let's start with 5 points. Let me hold up my 5. I'm doing my 5. I'm doing my thumbs up. Okay. All my little show and tells, trying to get you to stay focused. All right. So let's go through 5 of them. My first tip or strategy for you to what to eat besides pasta at Olive Garden. And this one might be a little bit Captain Obvious, but forgive me, I got to say them all. And that is going to be the salad. You're like, Stephanie, that's so easy. That was easy. That's a little bit too simple. I know. But the salad is to die for at Olive Garden. I love it because it comes unlimited. And if you're really cheap like me, you can just keep getting refills and embarrassing yourself and your children by just getting more refills than anyone has ever gotten at Olive Garden. Yes, it's so embarrassing to go out to eat with me. My husband and I maximize all of our coupons and our vouchers and our emails, and we do our gift cards and everything. I know. What are you going to do? Now, here's the one thing I will recommend. If you're having the salad, I'm reaching over here to grab here, hold the croutons. So whether you're doing the to-go Olive Garden salad, which I'm holding here for visual purposes, or you're eating the all-you-can-eat salad bowl in the store, tell your server, no croutons, or if someone in your table or party wants them, have the server put them on the side. Right? Because it's all about you and me. We're most important. So make sure you are enjoying that salad. It's delicious. Now, 1 serving of salad at Olive Garden, without those pesky croutons that we just talked about, is going to be, can you guess how many net carbs per serving? Put it in the comments. Ready? It's going to be 3 grams of net carbs per serving. It's going to be 110 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 3 grams of protein. Now, you might be like, Stephanie, how did you know that? That is so much information. Now, normally I don't track all those things, right? I'm more of a net carb girl because I'm lazy, keto. However, some of you out there are following more strictly or wanting just more information. And so that is why we put all this information, my husband and I, William Laska and Stephanie Laska, working together, which is not always easy, folks. But that's why we wrote the Keto Diet Restaurant Guide, and it is available on Amazon exclusively. So if you go to your copy of the Keto Diet Restaurant Guide, on page 214, you will see a whole section on Olive Garden. And here you are going to find the exact amount of protein, of fat, of carbohydrates, of calories, the net carbs, and special tips and tricks for everything that you can eat that's low carb and how to get items to be low carb, all in this book. So I thought you'd be excited about that. That's where all this information is coming from. I don't have it memorized, but it's really nice to have a lot of people say that book on their phone. That way they can pull it up covertly in the restaurant, right? You can be like, picking out what to order or little tips to make things a little bit lower or fewer carbs. So hopefully you are excited about that. Now, besides salad, that was just number 1. I want to ask you guys now, how many of you are a soup or salad person when it comes to Olive Garden? Maybe you don't even like the salad. So I want to hear what you think. Are you a soup person? Are you a salad person? Which soup do you like? Comment below. And if you're embarrassing like me and you do the unlimited salad, tell me that too so I don't feel so embarrassed. So I'm going to pick somebody at random from the comments to win a prize. Because that's fun, right? Keeps you excited about eating healthy. Ooh, and you know what? Can I cheat since I'm running things? How about I go like this? I'm cheating. Oh, it landed on the DLK book. Now, here's what I'm going to do because I was excited to talk to you guys about the Keto Diet Restaurant Guide. I'm going to give one of these away today. Yeah, right? Woohoo! So look how big it is. I'm going to mail it right to your house, a paperback copy. You're welcome. And that way you can get started. So comment away, my friends. Comment away, and let's have some fun today. Now, another special order tip that I mentioned throughout the book, I'm always giving you special order tips, but at Olive Garden, in particular, here's my giant bag from Olive Garden. Here's my extra easy special order tip for you. Now, this is what I would do when you get that extra salad, the big giant salad. In addition to having the croutons, I like to ask the server for extra tomatoes because they're yummy and low carb. And I also like to ask for extra olives. And I'll drive them crazy. I'll be like, lots of olives. Because I think they have like some kind of special rules about how many. I think they're in the back like counting. Like Stephanie's here, don't give her too many. And I also, if you're worried about the dressing, some people are, I understand. I understand your thoughts because I used to eat this like, drink this. I would buy it separately and just use it all the time. And then one day I looked at the Olive Garden dressing ingredients and I noticed it had like some kind of corn syrup or something in it. And I was like, what? Why did they do that to me? I love Olive Garden dressing. So now I don't cut it out of my diet altogether, even though I probably should, but I'm just very weary of how much I use. I don't go too crazy. I'm not like drinking it like I used to. And I'm being sarcastic. I didn't really drink it. I just was putting way too much on all the time. So embarrassing. I tell you guys all my stuff. Wait. All right. So that's all about salads and the special order tips about Olive Garden. Now, if you guys eat out a lot, I'd like to know. And if you're interested in this topic, just eating out in general, the next video right after this, I'm going to link up, is called Keto Diet Mistakes Dining Out. So if you do eat out a lot, you'll definitely want to hang tight for the link. That's going to be right after this one. So we're still talking about Olive Garden. We're going to move on to number 2. Okay, we only have 5 I said we're going to go through. So number 2. Here is a tip for you when you are figuring out what to eat at Olive Garden besides pasta. My suggestion is soup. And I've got my soup bowl here. Are you a soup person or are you a salad person at Olive Garden? Usually people are one or the other. They're not both, right? I'm just kidding. But really, this is a serious matter. I take my food and my eating seriously. Seriously, seriously. So I've got my soup bowl here, and I want to assure you that you can enjoy some soups at Olive Garden. It's not pasta, right? And you can do it in a low-carb way. But here's the tip for you. You are going to want to not have the whole bowl. I know that's very sad, but if you cut your serving in half, or just eat half of what they bring you, of either the pasta fagioli soup or the zuppa toscana soup, if you only have half of what they're serving you, and go ahead and, avoiding any pasta in there, but enjoy the rest of it. And if you have half of a serving, it's going to be 6 grams net carbs for half a serving of either one of those soups. That was the pasta fagioli soup or the zuppa toscana soup. Did I say that correctly? Because that would be embarrassing if I didn't say it right. I'm trying. Okay, I know you should have heard me in Italy this summer. I was like, bah, 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 bah. Yeah, not so good. I tried though. Here is a great copycat soup for you. If you are thinking, I don't want half a serving, Stephanie, I would like a little bit more than that. Thank you very much. Because I'm a big eater myself. And a copycat recipe you can find that's absolutely delicious is going to be the Olive Garden soup called OG Zuppa Toscana soup. It's on page 73 of the original Dirty Lazy Keto cookbook. So that's the first one. There's 4 cookbooks. This is the first one, the original gangster. I'm going to show you a beautiful picture. It tastes just like Olive Garden soup, people. But this recipe is a lot less carbs and you can eat a lot more. So it's the OG Zuppa Toscana soup, page 73 of the original Dirty Lazy Keto cookbook. So refer to that and then you can enjoy this recipe at home. Doesn't that sound good? Now, another recipe that you might try is a copycat version of the minestrone soup at Olive Garden. And this is on page 77 of the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. That was the third cookbook out of the 4 in the series. So if you have a copy of this one, check out page 77. There's no picture, so you might have just kept on going. But it's absolutely delicious. It's so yummy. You're going to love it. Check it out, the minestrone soup, page 77, copycat recipe, minestrone in the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. And all of your macros and nutrition information, of course, are provided with every recipe per serving in all 4 of the cookbooks. So that was number 2. So we did salad, we did soups. Are we going too fast? I'm hungry. So we're going quick today, right? Now, rest assured, you guys, all of these recipes, all of the information I'm sharing with you, these are all the secrets. These are all the tips that I have been following, the lifestyle I've been leading that helped me lose 140 pounds and have kept this weight off for a decade. Now, here's me and my daughter. She's so little there. And then here she is all grown up, and she's actually in college now. But she doesn't even remember me when I was heavier, almost 300 pounds. She has very little memory. And she actually, in her brain, she calls me old mommy and new mommy, which I think is super cute. I'm still the same, people. Still loud and sassy. Still like to eat, just a little bit different types of food. So let's move on to number 3, because we're having so much fun today. Number 3, we're going to talk about side dishes. Wait, dramatic pause for the number 3. For all of you that are keeping track at home. Now I just dropped my item, so forgive me for reaching down. Oh, right under me. Here I am. Okay, I'm back. So number 3, I want to talk about the sides at Olive Garden. Now, there are other things to eat at Olive Garden besides pasta. Besides these offenders, I don't even like having them in the house. I went and got them yesterday. Oh, don't look. Turn away. Turn away. Don't look at the breadsticks. I know, I had to go get them yesterday for the podcast, right? My husband was excited. He has some bread every once in a while whenever it's around. Oh, but I'm going to seal this up and just go like this. No, thank you. Because I want you to skip the breadsticks for now or forever if you're like me. I don't miss them at all. So what I do instead of ordering breadsticks or eating breadsticks when I'm at Olive Garden is I go to the sides, quote unquote, sides or add-ons section of the menu or the app. So it's called sides or add-ons. Basically, you're talking about a la carte items, okay? A la carte. So this is probably my favorite. Here we go. Chicken strips. Oh, heavens. This smells so good, and I don't know what they do to their chicken, but it is moist and delicious and perfectly, cooked and in these cute little strips like finger food. And I'm going to tell you, it's very affordable. I got a double order, and then I ate a bunch driving home yesterday because I'm like, I got to save some for you guys for show and tell. But I was like, I really have to have some. So I had a couple. You get quite a good amount for a good price. So I recommend that. Check that out. Only 1 gram of net carbs. Thank you very much. Another suggestion is meatballs. You get 3 for 4 grams of net carbs. Another idea is, are you guys sharing? I hope so. I bet you've been to Olive Garden and tried some of these ideas. Share your tips, not just me. I'm going to open this one up. Okay. Have you tried the steamed broccoli at Olive Garden? It's 3 grams of net carbs. Delicious and so inexpensive. Now, you might be wondering, this is a whole meal, right? You have your chicken strips. You could have your salad, you could have your meatballs, some steamed broccoli. Now, none of this is going to taste very good without the coup de grace, the holy grail of Olive Garden, in my opinion. And it comes in this little delicious cup right here. Can you guess what it is? I'm going to turn it sideways. Guess in the comments, please. Dramatic pause. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Did you guess correctly? This is what I like to do. I'm going to be putting this on top of my steamed broccoli or on top of my meatballs, or I'll be putting my little chicken I'll be taking a little bit here and doing a little dip, dip, dip. Does that help you figure out what this is? Anyone? Dramatic pause. Yes, if you guessed correctly in the comments, this is a side of dipping sauce. Dipping sauce, and you can choose which kind you like. I recommend the low-carb Alfredo sauce at Olive Garden. It is only 5 grams net carbs per serving, and it's out of this world. So please do yourself a favor and go ahead and grab some of that today. You will never, ever, ever miss pasta again as long as you are putting Alfredo sauce on what you eat. So if you love Alfredo sauce as much as I do, I want to teach you how to make a quick copycat recipe at home. I know earlier I just referred to pages. So right now I'm going to actually teach you one. And if you are like me and you're like, well, I don't want to take notes, just where can I find it? If you have your copy of Extra Easy Keto, it's the new book, the newest of the series, go to page 202 because I have the recipe for the fast, free fettuccine Alfredo recipe. It's for 2 people, and it's right there on page 202. Got it? Write that down, 202. That's all you got to know. And then we can just move on to how to make this deliciousness. That's a correct term, by the way, deliciousness. Now, we're going to start off by making zoodles. Because zoodles are a great alternative to noodles, especially when you're having fettuccine Alfredo. I'm going to show you these right here. These are real thin. And they're so hearty and firm, and they hold your sauce just like a noodle will. Now, for me, these are the most economical way to enjoy a pasta alternative. Some of you might go out there and like to buy those fishy smelling, you know what I'm talking about? Fish smelling pasta zero type shirataki things. I don't really care for them myself. If I'm desperate, maybe. It's good to try them, but I find this to be a little bit easier on the palate and more affordable, and it also gives me that fiber. I just buy my zucchini. You can also grow it at home and use a julienne peeler. You don't have to use a whole apparatus. Don't make it all complicated. Make it simple, people. Your whole life should be simple. And I'm going to try to do this here in the office without making a giant mess. Okay, so just use the skin on, wash your zucchini first, and just guide your julienne peeler. These cost a couple bucks on Amazon or at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to do a couple swipes and then hold it up. Here, I'll do one here so it drops in my lap. The things I do. So you just keep going until it's all shredded. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And they just break apart into little noodles. I know, right? How easy is that? So fast, so delicious. You know, 1 large zucchini or medium zucchini per person is kind of what I like to estimate. But if you're very hungry, go ahead and eat more. These are delicious and very super duper low in carb. So easy. Now, let's say you're extra easy. You want it extra easy, and you don't want to do any work at all. I understand. You might want to buy frozen zoodles already made. Yep, I do that too. I found these on sale at Grocery Outlet the other day. This is by Bird's Eye Veggie Spirals Zucchini, and it's 0 grams net carbs per serving. Thank you very much. And they did all the work, and they were on sale for like 98 cents. Oop, I just spit out a zoodle. So guess what I did? I bought like 25 packages. So I'm sorry I didn't leave any for you. But they're super easy to make. I wouldn't stress about it. I just thought it was fun. I like to have things like that on hand. That way, if it's winter or they're out of season, you know, that way I can still eat healthy any time of year. Now, if you're going to be cooking fresh zoodles, like these ones I just shared, what I usually do is just put a tablespoon of oil in a saucepan on medium heat, and I saute them for 3 to 4 minutes until their desired level of cookingness. You can also microwave it. It doesn't get as, I like the little oil texture, but you do you. And here's what you're going to do to make the sauce. I got all my ingredients right. Yep. Here we go. For your sauce, to make a quick Alfredo sauce, get a small saucepan, put this over low heat, and you're going to be adding the following ingredients while whisking. You have a whisk? Do this in a little small saucepan. It's a little bit goes a long way, you'll find. Basically, it's just glorified fabulousness, like a goopy, buttery deliciousness. Is that good enough? And the ingredients that you're going to be using are heavy cream, butter, Parmesan. Can you see here all the things in my pot? Cream, cheese, and some salt and pepper and some garlic. So let me go over the measurements with you real quick. I'm going to get these ingredients out of my... Gotta move them. I like to have a little show and tell for drama. All right. Just reaching over here because I prepared these ingredients so I could hold them up one at a time. So you're gonna go ahead and melt 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter in a small saucepan over low heat. Start by doing that. Once that's melted, go ahead and add all of these additional ingredients at once and then just start whisking. Remember the whisk? Whisk, whisk, whisk until blended. So the ingredients are gonna be 1/2 ounce full fat cream cheese, softened. 1/4 cup, I can't lean this too much because it'll spill. 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. 1 tablespoon grated Parmesan cheese. 1/2 teaspoon garlic minced. And then some salt and pepper. I have 1/4 teaspoon here of black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon here of salt. That's it. You just dump all those in your little small saucepan and that's it. Just keep it going, keep it going. Don't let it burn. Don't walk away. You're just gonna keep going until the cheese is melted and a thick, uniform sauce forms. Now it takes about 5 minutes and it really gets quite thick after a while. Now, once that's done, you just take your Alfredo sauce and you pour it over your zoodles and then add whatever desired protein you're in the mood for. That's basically it. How simple was that? Are you feeling motivated now to try that? Because it is a game changer. You're like, I'm putting that chicken aside because I don't want anybody taking that in my family. I got to hide it. Let's move on to number 4 because I know that this is a lot of fun today. Number 4, let's talk about the main course. You're like, but didn't we just talk about the main course? Well, yes, we did. But I want to kind of talk about Olive Garden in particular. So let's say you are dining at beautiful Olive Garden and you are trying to figure out what to order like that's on the menu. You don't want to make a big fuss. You might be on a date. You might be with, people's, those people. You don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. So what can you order that's like pretty easy right off the menu? Now, I'm going to assume that you are not ordering bread, that you're not having the breadsticks. And I'm also going to assume that you are going to prefer to have some steamed vegetables instead of pasta, okay? But here are some quick options that you can order. Now, dramatic effect. Oh, wrong one. Here it is. Do you like fish? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. If you do, I highly recommend you check out the herb grilled salmon at Olive Garden. It's so good, and it comes with steamed broccoli on the side, 3 grams of net carbs. Delicious, outstanding dish. Okay, if you're not a fish person, I understand. Maybe you are, it's supposed to moo. It's a cow, but let's say you're more in the mood for a steak, like a sirloin steak. At Olive Garden, it has 3 grams net carbs. So order that. Remember, you're having steamed vegetables instead of any type of pasta. So you will need to make that switch. And then one more option. This is one that I've been kind of obsessed with lately. And that is, notice my chicken hat? That is the grilled chicken margarita. And that dish is 4 grams of net carbs at Olive Garden. So have you tried any of those? Which one did you like and why? And if you tried something else, please share in the comments because I think it helps everybody. Share why. These things are not cheap. That's why I kind of like those little sides, the add-ons. I think the chicken is like around $5 and the meatballs are like $3.99. So that can be a little bit more affordable than some of these entree type dishes. But anyway, I hope that these things are helping you because I think it's a lot of fun to share. So that was number 4, the main course. Now let's talk about number 5. And this is what I like to call my secret menu tips. Now, if you are missing secret menu tips here, if you are missing high carb fettuccine Alfredo or those scampi dishes, especially if you're new to keto, Or you just have like flashbacks. You show up at Olive Garden and you're like, you know, you see the Tuscan villa outside, you see the to-go bag, and you're like, your body starts craving certain foods. I understand. So if you are craving those types of dishes, here are some secret menu tips for you. Now, I share this in the Keto Diet Restaurant Guide. Throughout the guide, on every restaurant we did our research on, we have a section called Special Order Tips. Special Order Tips. So here's what you got to do. And I shared this in that section, just like I do every other restaurant in the book. When the server comes around, hello, server, you need to make your needs and requests loud and clear. Be very assertive and let them know that you would like no pasta on your plate, and instead, could they pretty please use steamed vegetables instead? So, some of these formerly off-limit dishes might become more accessible to you. Now, this might seem a little weird to some servers. I might be like, what are you talking about? But you tell them, like, hey, I'm interested in fettuccine alfredo, but I don't want any noodles. She might be like, or he, what? Okay, explain it to her. Paint a picture, draw it out if you need to. Say, I want you to use vegetables, and then put the alfredo sauce on top. She'll be like, oh, okay, or he. That makes more sense. So if you do that, if you substitute steamed vegetables for the fettuccine alfredo at Olive Garden, you can walk away with a dish that's 4 grams of net carbs, and your brain is probably going to be fooled because the alfredo sauce is so darn delicious. Another example would be chicken alfredo. That could also be modified to be 5 grams of net carbs. And let's talk about those scampi dishes. You might be missing some of that scampi with the noodles. Ooh, all that butter, right? Tell them the same thing. Tell your server, I don't want the pasta. Instead, please use steamed vegetables, and then put your shrimp on top. Here's a picture of shrimp. Or put your chicken on top, whatever kind of scampi it is you're ordering. And you can get away with reducing the number of net carbs in that order. On chicken scampi would go down to 4 grams of net carbs, and shrimp scampi would go down to 5 grams of net carbs. I know, right? All you're doing is getting rid of the pasta, subbing in the steamed vegetables. But you have to be very clear. Hello, server. Make sure that they understand what it is you want so they don't bring out the wrong thing. And those are secret menu hacks only shared in the Keto Diet Restaurant Guide. Throughout, not just for Olive Garden, but for every single restaurant, we have a secret menu way to change and lower the carbs on some of your favorite dishes. So if you want more information about Olive Garden in particular, because there's a lot more you can order, refer to page 215. And you can see here there's a whole bunch of information that you can order, all sorts of ideas and breakdowns for drinks, sides, desserts, main menu, etc. So check that out. Now, I want to just reassure everybody here that's watching. I'm going to reassure you. I'm going to tell you again and again. I'm holding up my steamed broccoli here in a plastic bag. Get to know these vegetables, okay? I know I can't say it enough. Vegetables are really, truly the magical elixir for weight loss. So spend your carbs on vegetables. Use fat to make these types of healthy carbs taste better. And then add some protein. Boom. Boom. Can I get a...
That was easy.
Not as exciting as this one. I can get a bell. Yay! Because seriously, when you make it so simple like that, then all of a sudden ketosis isn't complicated. Then the whole weight loss, wagon train is like, no problem. I'm jumping on, and it's easy, and you can just ride it to wherever it is you're going, whatever goal you're trying to achieve. So I am going to coach you through the basics. I did mention 4 different cookbooks today. I did mention Extra Easy Keto. These are great resources for you, in addition to all of the free videos that I have on YouTube, right? You can also join me on social media, where I'm constantly embarrassing my family by putting out videos or clips or pictures of our dinner. So I hope that you will continue to reach out and stay involved, because the more you get into it, the more you get out of it. Right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So I am here to support you guys. I'm super excited to give you a big round of applause. And be sure to stay tuned for the next video, which is about keto diet mistakes dining out. That way, you know what to look out for the next time you are at a restaurant and you still want to be low carb and on track. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Yay! Say yay in the comments. Say yes, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes.